The B-21 Raider has taken its maiden flight. We've got footage. It was developed by Northrop Grumman. It is the all-new 6th generation stealth bomber. Stealth bombers are a part of a suite of stealth aircraft. They have a specific purpose, and this thing does it well. We're going to talk about the purpose of stealth aircraft. We're going to talk about the purpose of bombers. We're going to talk about some of their history, the capabilities, and we're going to see how this matches up to other stealth aircraft. In addition to that, you are going to get some of my analysis on how this specific aircraft is going to impact future military operations. Stealth aircraft will fly in, they'll hit strategic targets, and they'll fly out, hopefully unscathed. And this is absolutely crucial at the beginning stages of any military conflict. You need to hit those targets early on so you have uncontested airspace or relatively uncontested airspace. You want your aircraft to be able to secure and support the boots on the ground, right? There are other nations around the world, such as Russia, that don't have infantry-centric militaries. Russia has an artillery-centric military. Now, the US has an infantry-centric military. We want to put boots on the ground. That's the only way you can hold anything. That's the only way you can take anything. You can't seize something by bombing it, right? That doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. Then there's nothing to seize. You destroyed it, okay? It's gone, right? So, quite frankly, it's a waste. Russia is also big on volume of their rounds, and they use a lot of dummy rounds. If you can take out certain key systems, it makes their systems significantly less accurate. It'll disrupt their logistics. It'll hurt their ability to communicate. You guys get the picture. That guy that you know that has a doomsday bunker and he wears tinfoil hats, that's the B-21 Raider. Because everything is out to get it. There is one rule when it comes to air warfare, and that is if it flies, it dies, if it's not mine. Air superiority stacks the deck in the favor of whichever side has it. So having a mastery of aircraft and having aircraft with significant capabilities is absolutely paramount, especially in the modern age. The purpose of stealth aircraft, though, that's even more significant. Stealth aircraft use a combination of technologies to reduce their emitting frequencies or their emitting signals. Now, this could be radio frequencies, this could be heat, this could be noise. Anybody with a radar or any kind of means of detection wants to pick something up. The purpose of stealth aircraft is to prevent that from happening. Imagine it like a bunch of lights, right? You got a group of flashlights, you've turned them all on. It's super bright. You can see it from really far away, right? Stealth aircraft mask that. They make that signal low. You're still getting the light, but it's more concentrated, so it's harder for somebody to pick up. The B-21 Raider is meant to modernize the Air Force's long-range strike capabilities. It's going to replace the B-1 Lancer and the B-2 Spirit. The intent behind the B-21 Raider is for it to be incredibly versatile and flexible, and it will be capable of delivering both conventional and nuclear payloads. Now, obviously, details on the designs and what it's capable of are highly classified, but we have access to at least a little bit. But before we get into that, let's talk about the history of stealth aircraft. The F-117 Nighthawk was the first aircraft explicitly designed for stealth. Other examples include the B-2 Spirit, the F-22 Raptor, and the F-35 Lightning. Now, nothing is completely invisible. If someone wants to detect something and they point enough resources and assets towards it, eventually it will be detected. But stealth aircraft are unique in that they are designed specifically to fly under the radar. Not literally under the radar, okay? They're probably over the radar, right? They want to fly higher than the radar. I don't know. I'm not a radar doctor. Now, stealth bombers have been involved in numerous military operations. We got to go all the way back to the 1980s to find out about the origin of stealth aircraft. Now, back then, people in the military knew we would need a way to befuddle detection systems, get around detection systems, so that we could strike key systems and targets. That's where the idea for stealth aircraft came from, all the way back in the 1980s. It wasn't really until the 90s that we saw any of these type of aircraft in action. But when we did, they did their job well. The B-2 bomber carried out strikes against targets in Serbia during the Kosovo War. This fully demonstrated the lethality and the effectiveness of stealth aircraft. In addition to that, B-2s were also employed at the beginning of the war in Afghanistan. They conducted precision strikes on targets against both the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Since their inception, stealth aircraft have been absolutely crucial in the lethality of the United States of America's military forces. Now, enough with the history. We're going to talk about the B-21 Raider specifically. That's why you guys are watching this video. Compared to, for example, the B-2 Spirit, the B-21 is going to be significantly more cost-effective to maintain. It's also going to be highly updatable. Is that a word? Updatable? That kind of sounds like, you're dating up. I don't know. I feel like I'm updatable. It will also be more cost-effective to operate than the B-2. All in all, the entire aircraft should cost significantly less to use, and we should be able to use it for a significant period of time because it will be upgradable. That's the word I was looking for. The B-21 Raider will employ more advanced stealth and survivability technology. It will be able to operate in highly contested environments. Now let me paint you a picture. Go on a journey with me. Right? The B-21 Raider's flying in and the enemy has all their air defense capabilities. The first thing that we want to do during an initial invasion or during the opening stages of a conflict is to take out the air defense so we can, as I said earlier, maintain air superiority. If you don't have air superiority, it's extremely difficult to get frontline trace elements the support that they need when they're in combat. The B-21 Raider will be able to fly through contested airspace, theoretically, and destroy key targets such as this. Other targets might be logistics nodes or command and control elements where you put all your, big wigs and they have their conversations around pots of coffee. It cannot be understated how critical, crucial, and vital this system is. Right now, reports are putting it at, we have about 100 of them, or 100 will be built. According to the internet, where I got my information, right now it's estimated that it will have a 20,000 pound payload. That's a lot of hate. Its empty weight will be around 70,000 pounds and its max takeoff weight will be about 180,000. It's going to have two, not just one, but two non-afterburning turbofans. That sounds made up to me, but that's what the internet said. Each one of those is going to be capable of producing 27,000 pounds of thrust. We're also going to take a look at the strategic implications of this system in comparison to, say, Russia and China. Now, China likely has, and this is an estimate based on information I've found on the internet, a couple hundred stealth aircraft. Russia maybe has a couple dozen. Now, these numbers could also be pumped up. We've seen with the conflict in Ukraine, Russia is a master at misinformation and propaganda. And I get everybody's misgivings are going to be with that statement. Every country does it. Yeah, fine, whatever. I don't care. The proof is in the pudding in how they have performed in the conflict. Okay, I don't think it's likely that Russia has even that many operational stealth aircraft, trained pilots, what have you. I don't know how accurate that is. And I think the same could be said for China. My assessment of both of these countries is even if they do have working platforms, they're likely not going to be able to employ them at their maximum effectiveness or maximum potential. Now, we still train as if these countries could, right? And as we should. We need to be ready if they are capable of employing them in any kind of significant way. Look at the beautiful footage of the B-21 Raider flying about. This thing is sick, it's sweet, and it looks like something that an E1 would buy off a lot at 29% interest. Hello, sir, I'd like a vehicle. That's fine. I've got this beautiful B-21 Raider here. What can it do? Well, it can go really fast, and also you can literally take out a small nation with it. That felt really embarrassing to do, but I did it for you. I do think it's funny too, because right now it is currently assessed that China's stealth aircraft is designed based off of stolen plans from the United States of America. Is anybody surprised? The B-21 Raider and other stealth aircraft fill a vital role in ensuring that we have maximum advantage when we do start to penetrate. Please don't report me for saying penetrate.